Hello everyone, Wichita Rail Fanning here. I'm thinking of scrapping some things editing-wise, so if my videos start to seem different, that's why. On May 25th, I took my friend BNSF 556 with me to Emporia to see some Transcon action. The first train we would catch would be an eastbound tanker train with a very fresh H3 ES44 DC and the H3 nose oddball -9. After that, we went to get drinks, and right when we got back, an eastbound was coming. This turned out to be an intermodal with a Tier 4 solo leader, a -9, and an ES44 DC. After that eastbound cleared, another one got lined almost immediately after, and it was another intermodal. This time it had an AC 4400 EV leader, so that was really cool to see. The next train, well, the next two trains would be an eastbound tanker train and a westbound intermodal meeting between crossings. After that cool little meet, another eastbound got lined. This time it was a Q-stack intermodal with nothing but GEVOs. The next train was yet another eastbound intermodal, which had a -9 but was pretty mid nonetheless. Also, this was the horn sequencer crew, so that was kinda cool, I guess. After that cleared, I noticed that something in the industry that was across the street from us was moving, and lo and behold, this little guy was working the industry. While I was recording, I noticed that an eastbound was lined, so I told BNSF 556 about it, and as soon as he got out of the car, I saw the headlights growing closer. This was a manifest, by the way, something I prefer way more over a danky intermodal. Right before we left Emporia for the day, a westbound bare table train jump scared both of us, so that was fun. On May 30th, I went trackside to Rose Hill and met up with BNSF 556 again because CSX 1982, the Seaboard System Heritage Unit, would be coming through on BNSF Q Latchie. The first train we would catch would be a westbound Z train with an H2 ES44 DC trailing third. The next train would be a westbound loaded DDG train with a Dash 9 trailing on the head end and one trailing on the back end. After that, what I assumed to be the BNSF H Bargal rolled through with an H1-9 trailing second. This would be the first of a few H1s we would see. The next train was the BNSF H AMS kick with the solo SD70 Ace for power, and the crew was actually friendly enough to give us horn spam. Ace boys go crazy. Next up was a westbound manifest with another ST-70 Ace leader. However, the horn on the leader sounded like it was about to die, so yeah. The next train was a westbound Z train with a Dash 9 trailing last. Pretty standard power nowadays, to be fair. Next was an eastbound manifest with a P3-9 on the point. This was really cool to see and I was really happy since I love P-Series horns. After that, an eastbound S-stack intermodal came through with another H1-9. This one I believe got put on this intermodal in Flagstaff, Arizona, since I couldn't find an actual origination point for this unit. The train right after the intermodal was a westbound Z train with an ST-70 Ace riding out last on the head end. I'm assuming this was BNSF ZWS Pisto, but I'm not sure. The next train was an eastbound autorack train with another ST-70 Ace trailing last on the head end. Next up was a westbound S-stack intermodal with an AC-44 leader, and the crew was just as friendly as the Ace crew since they gave us horn spam. The second to last train was a westbound Z train with nothing but Gevos. Why is it always Gevos, man? The final train was the grand prize, BNSF Q-Latchy with CSX 1982, the Seaboard System Heritage Unit. Also mixed in the lash-up was an AC-44C4M, a very early CSX ES-44AH, and a -9.